I want to talk about puppies real quick, and I want to talk about puppies in the 8th, the 7th, 8th, and 9th week. And that's what I have right here. I have Finn, and Finn is an Australian Shepherd miniature. He's cute as shit. This is an adorable little dog. He is very typical of his breed. He's got some attitude. He's active. And a couple things that you should take into consideration when you get a dog this age is don't buy wee-wee pads. They're going to try and sell them to you at the pet store. Even the young dogs should not be influenced with the wee-wee pad. And what I mean influenced is they have a pheromone on them that smells like shit and piss to the dog. So you're bringing those inside. You're telling the dog to shit and piss inside. That's not going to be helpful to get the dog housebroken. Okay? You want to start taking the dog out. Don't take the dog to the dog run. Don't take the dog any other place that other dogs go because your dog doesn't have all its shots. But you could take it right outside your door. That would be, minimizing risk for sure. You could be tracking in parvo or distemper on your shoes, so keep that in mind. You want to get the dog housebroken as quickly as possible. The other thing about getting the dog housebroken is you want to use a raw diet. He's on pet food. We're switching him tonight. He's not going to have his afternoon meal. He'll have his dinner tonight. We're going to clean out his system. He had an accident in the car. It wasn't an accident. I sort of expected it. But we want that pet food out of him. But if you're switching to raw diet, then you don't really even have to do transitional. If you're switching pet food, you have to transition them into the different brand of pet food. That's not the case with raw diet. Now, raw diet on a dog like this, you would never give the dog bone-in chicken. And if you see any idiot on YouTube, and trust me, there's idiots on YouTube that know nothing about dogs or raw diet. I was just told about one recently that's talking about raw diet, and his dog's been on raw diet for like a week. Do you see what I'm saying? Watch out what you're listening to on YouTube. A dog this age should never have bone-in chicken. You could take the bone-in chicken and you can put it through a grinder, or you can smash the hell out of it using a hammer or a butcher knife or something like that. That's acceptable, but you have to really grind it up. So don't be giving a young dog like this bone-in chicken because they don't have the muscles or the teeth to be doing that. Once your dog's 5 months old or a little bit older, then you could start giving them bone-in chicken. All right? The other thing is that if you're going to have a young dog like this, don't put them on a harness. That promotes bad behaviors. Even a young dog like this, don't put them on a harness. And I know what you're saying. Yeah, but they said if you put the dog on a collar, it might hurt their trachea. Not if you listen to Peter. Look at the collar that we have on Finn. You see this? See how wide this is? This is a collar that I altered. It's for an adult dog. It's very wide. Check it out. See how fat this is? Do you see that? We cut off about 7 or 8 inches, and I took a nail and a punch, and I put new holes into it. So it's real wide and it's real stiff, and his trachea is not going to get hurt this way. If you go to the pet store and you put on one of these puppy collars that look like a cat collar, yes, you're going to hurt the dog's trachea, and they'll start like that. So don't do that. So spend some extra money and just know that he's not going to have this collar forever. So cut it down to size, put regular holes in it, use a big fat collar. You can also use the plastic collars that come, the big fat plastic collars that come with like certain e-collars. Those work great. You can put holes in those things down real low too. So do that, but don't use harnesses. It's not effective. Also, you want to start using a leash. Don't use one of those puppy leashes. Use a regular leash. Your dog might not be used to the weight of the leash, so you can let the dog start dragging around that crappy puppy leash that you have so that it gets used to it, but start using your 6-foot leather training lead with your dog. What else, Finn?
Caine, you better be fucking nice to me. I want fucking pork chops for dinner.
That might be it for about right now. We're going to do a lot of videos using Finn, and we're going to go over a lot of the basics of, regarding puppy training and animal husbandry concerning puppies. And right now, it's all about positiveness. We're not introducing anything negative other than saying no when he's barking in his crate. But he really can't do anything wrong at this age, and he can't really comprehend too much. So we're not going to start getting, a lot of positiveness and training until he gets closer to 4 months. That's just how it is. We're going to concentrate on getting him housebroken, getting him transitioned over to the raw diet. We might get him to do some puppy retrieves doing this, but, just because a dog will go get something like this, that has nothing to do with doing a proper retrieve. That's just a puppy screwing around. That isn't having a command conditioned in. This dog is going to be trained to be a service dog. We're going to do all basic commands with him. Sit down, whoa, here, heel, kennel. And they're all going to be taught as implied stays. He's also going to learn how to do a proper hold and drop, and to be able to do a retrieve and spin into heel, sit, and deliver an object to our hands. That'll be the sticking point for this dog, and it's a sticking point for all dogs. They must do this to sort of, graduate. That's a fact. Now, if you notice he's trying to climb on me, don't let the dog climb on you, the puppy. You're putting the dog in a dominant position. It doesn't matter, even though that it's a young dog. Don't start influencing it negatively. Yeah, it's a small dog. He could get in my lap, and it wouldn't faze me. It weighs under 10 pounds. But doing so, putting the young puppy in your lap, you're putting the dog in a dominant position. Also, with your puppy, never say goodbye to it. Never say hello to it. All right? You don't want to give separation anxiety to the dog. What else? This collar is very important. Do this. Listen to me. Don't use a harness. Go get a nice fat leather collar and alter it so that it'll fit your puppy. Wee-wee pads and a raw diet. Other than that, that's probably it for right now. The one thing that I would like to say is that the whole time that we were coming back, I had to drive about an hour to pick him up. He did not stop. He's saying all kinds of crazy shit. Check this shit out.
I fucking hate Trump. I think he's a douchebag.
See, he sounds like Charlie the English Cocker Spaniel. He does. He's got a lot of attitude.
Caine, you better be nice to me or else I'm telling my fucking mom. Yeah, I'm telling my mom I'm gonna use my mommy bought me a fucking iPhone. I'll call her, dude.
He's fucking blackmailing me. Why wouldn't I be nice to you? I'm going to be nice to you. I'm giving you a raw diet, right? Boy, he's cute, right?
Yeah, I'm fucking cute, Caine. You're damn right I'm fucking cute, and I hate fucking Trump.
Dude, what's your mom think about Trump?
She hates him, dude. I don't know. She hates him. She thinks he's an idiot.
Oh, good. Good. Finn's mom thinks that Trump is an idiot. That's good. That's a very good sign. That's a sign of a smart owner. Look at Finn. Finn is one of these dogs that just will show up great in video and in pictures. Like, look at him. Black and white. He's like made for a movie set.
You're damn right I'm a superstar, Caine. Look at me. I'm Finn. Look at me. I'm Finn. I'm flying.
How adorable is Finn? Pretty adorable, right? Oh, by the way, so he had an accident in the car, which is no big deal. This is something else that I want you to consider, besides switching your dog over to raw diet, is that you want to get in the same wavelength as the dog. And all dogs that come here, I have to do this. Meaning I want to figure out how often they go to the bathroom. I want to sort of feed them at the same time every day. I definitely want to give all dogs a raw diet. It makes it easier on housebreaking. Remember, if you feed them pet food, that dry kibble, it expands in the dog. And the dog also has to artificially hydrate the food. They have to drink a lot of water. It's like eating crackers. Then it expands in the dog. It pushes out the dog. It pushes on the dog's bladder. It's a huge problem. Okay? So try and get your dog on a raw diet, get him off that kibble, and try and get in this thing, this kind of like, I know it sounds crazy, but it's like this kind of psychic energy, knowing when the dog's going to need to go to the bathroom. And at times you want to push the dog and make the dog hold it for maybe a small amount of time. You know that the dog has to go to the bathroom, but you think I can make it 5 more minutes. Do that. Make the dog start waiting 5 minutes and get the dog out. But you want to build on success. Make sure that the dog isn't going to the bathroom if you're crate training it. If you're using a large pen, okay, that's fine. The dog can poop and get away from it. But if you're crate training the dog, don't put the dog in there any longer than you think that the dog can hold it. So if you know that the dog can hold it for 3 hours, don't be gone 4.5, because the dog will start going to the bathroom in the crate, and then you're going to have a huge problem. So if you have to leave the dog for long periods, that might be an option, is to use a big pen. You see what I'm saying? That way the dog can poop and get away from it, so that when you start using the crate, it hasn't lost that instinct not to go to the bathroom in its den. If you're using a bigger crate, the dog will start going to the bathroom in the crate. That's not going to be helpful. You need a crate that's small enough or big enough just that the dog can stand up and turn around in and lay down. That's it. I would never put him in a crate the size, for like a Labrador. That's counterproductive. Besides, he's coming out all the time. And one other thing, besides getting in that wavelength, getting in tune with the dog, you also should plan on losing sleep. I'm going to be waking up at least 2 times tonight. Like if I take him out before I go to sleep, say I go to sleep at 12, I might wake up at 3, and then I'm going to wake up at, 4:30 or 5 and take him out and see if I can get success. We pulled up. I made him wait. I went and punched the holes in the collar so that the collar fit and cut the collar down. And I went and got him, and I would have success with him going to the bathroom. It was like he hit the grass. He was into it. So know that if you want your dog to be housebroken, you want to get it housebroken as quickly as possible, you should plan on losing sleep. If you don't want to lose sleep, then you contact somebody like me and pay me to lose sleep. I'm fine with it. I'm totally fucking fine with it. And other dog trainers will be fine with it too. If you got to get up and go to work, it makes sense. An owner that is doing something like this, meaning sending the dog off to be board and trained at this early age, is smart. Like Charlie the English Cocker Spaniel's dad, that's smart. Cody Chang's parents, that was smart. Get the dog housebroken, and then the dog comes back in, and then it makes everything easier on everybody. The dog is responding to you. The dog has crate trained, it's crate trained. It has skills that you can work with. But if you want to do it yourself, that's fine, but you have to do it. Don't be lazy. Plan on losing sleep. Don't use wee-wee pads. That is not the proper way to get the dog housebroken. That is not going to be helpful. Everybody that uses wee-wee pads gets sucked into it. They're buying them for the entire life of the dog. It's ridiculous. It says that it's a training aid. Yeah, to train the dog to go to the bathroom in the house. It's an unnatural act. The dog shouldn't be going to the bathroom in its den. Okay? Don't use wee-wee pads. It's not good. It's not healthy for your dog's behavior. Makes your house stink. And switch to raw diet. And get the dog out. Get the dog out as much as you can. Make sure you're losing sleep. I'll take advantage of this. Like if I'm going out, I'll take out, Hanu too. If I'm going out at 6 in the morning with Finn, after I'm done with Finn, I'll go grab Hanu. He can go out because Hanu's still a puppy. He's here doing housebreaking crate training too. He's done great. He had one accident the first day, and since then, you have to build on success. So I always wake up early in the morning and take Hanu out. I know Hanu's good for about 5 or 6 hours. I don't really push him that much longer. Hanu, in the next couple months, he's gonna gain muscle control and everything. So keep that in mind, that over time the dog is going to gain muscle control. It's going to get easier on the dog, and the dog can hold it, longer. But when they're like this, plan on losing sleep. That's just how it is. He's like a little rabbit. He looks like a little bunny rabbit.
Caine, you call me a fucking little bunny rabbit again? I'm calling my mom. And I want all kinds of good stuff.
Look at this guy. Look at him. He's like a little tiny midget.
You call me a midget again, you're in big trouble, Caine.
I think we're getting along super.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, Caine. If you're not nice to me, I'm gonna beat you up.
He looks harmless though. Really, you could beat me up?
Yeah, I can fucking look at me, man. I'm tough.
He does look kind of tough. What a beautiful dog. Seriously, how cute is Finn? Seriously, look at this guy. Look at Finn. Look in this camera, Finn. One other thing, when you start walking around with your puppy and your puppy's on a leash, make sure that the puppy's on the left-hand side. That is the side that you're always going to use for heel, is the left-hand side. So get in a habit of doing this with your puppy, because that's how it's going to be when he's an adult, is that heel is always going to be the left-hand side. So walking around the puppy with the yard, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to start using the words that we're going to use later with Finn. In other words, I'll have him at heel. If I want to let him just sniff around and do whatever, I'll start saying hurry, hurry, which is the potty command. So that allows him to just kind of move around and do whatever.